Today is August 20th, and this is The View with Catherine Chang. Today's topics are Jeremy Lin obtains Taiwanese passport, and KMT legislators' visit to Dongsha Island was cancelled. First, I want to talk about Jeremy Lin obtains Taiwanese passport. Former NBA star Jeremy Lin obtained a Taiwanese passport on July 30th. I don't know whether Jeremy will join the Chinese Taipei men's national basketball team or not, but it is confirmed that he is eligible to join the national team. Interestingly, right after Jeremy Lin ended his basketball season in China, he wrote on August 16, "I told myself that playing basketball in CBA, Chinese Basketball Association, is my dream. Well, there's only one reason for it," he said. Playing basketball in front of the whole Chinese fans. However, you know that at that time, he had already got the Taiwanese passport for 17 days. And the question is, can Jeremy still play basketball in China? Here are several points. A, Jeremy Lin created the Linsanity, and talking about the Linsanity phenomena in the NBA in 2012, and become the liberal in 2019. Then he joined the Beijing Dogs, the Beijing Shougang in August 2019. I remember the last game was on August 8, 9 days after he obtained the Taiwanese passport. Well, he lost the battle with the score of 85 to Guangdong Southern Tigers, who scored 88. Jeremy Lin even covered his face and sobbed during the game. B, Taiwan recognizes dual nationality, so Jeremy can play basketball in Taiwan. But will Chinese fans accept it? Because, you know, China has always hoped that the Taiwanese players can give up their Taiwanese nationality, and now Jeremy is a Taiwanese. However, there is another saying that the biggest beneficiaries will be the CBA team, because according to China's 26 regulations on Taiwan, Jeremy is expected to be regarded as a local player instead of a foreign player. C, Jeremy's father owns a house in Taipei, so his household registration should be in Taipei. Taiwanese government is very happy that Jeremy can obtain Taiwanese passport. The Minister of the Interior, Xu Guoyong, said that both of his parents are from Taiwan, so of course Jeremy is a Taiwanese. According to the sources, Jeremy is willing to serve in the military for 1 year if necessary. And people started to ask, will he fight for Taiwan in the war? Well, I think this question is too much for him. Well, we are proud of you, Jeremy, the glory of Taiwan. Second issue I want to talk about is a KMT legislator's visit to Dongsha Island was cancelled. The KMT legislator Chen Yuzhen was supposed to lead an 11 legislators delegation to Dongsha Island today. However, the Ministry of National Defense rejected their application. Why? A, one of the reasons is that they applied too late. There were only 2 days, and the Ministry of Defense said that the 2 days are not enough for the process. B, now is the sensitive moment for the visiting of Dongsha Island because the People Liberation Army announced that they will conduct a military drill in August targeting Dongsha Island. And Taiwan also sent troops there to deploy. Although the KMT legislator cannot go to the Dongsha Island now, I wonder that will there be a possibility that the military secrets will leak out? What's the reason, the real reason that the Ministry of Defense denied their application? For your information, you know that the Ministry of Justice Investigation Bureau in Taiwan released a report that China hacks into 10 Taiwanese institutions, and allegedly one of them is the Taipei city government. Here are the top stories. Today, we have 0 confirmed cases. In response to the China's recent military drills and threat to the U.S. and Japan, according to the NHK that U.S. and Japan defense chiefs will meet in Guam on August 29. You see the United States Secretary of Defense Mark Esper and Japan Minister of Defense Taro Kono. Both of them are expected to discuss China's interest, talking about the increased activities in the East and South China Sea amid the pandemic. Besides that, spokesperson for the U.S. Department of State Morgan Ortagus announced at a press conference that U.S. suspended 3 bilateral agreements with Hong Kong on August 19. Well, these agreements cover the surrender of fugitive offenders, the transfer of talking about the sentenced persons, and reciprocal tax exemptions on income derived from the international operations of ships. Ortagus say that the reason for doing so is to counteract the impose of the national security law, which has crushed the freedoms of the Hong Kong people. We're talking about Jeremy, Jimmy Lai, kind of fought against the national security law. The U.S. President Donald Trump said that I send him the best wishes. I hear he is a wonderful gentleman and a brave man. We have given all sorts of incentives to Hong Kong. It helped the city become a business hotspot. However, now with the freedom of Hong Kong being taken away by China, the U.S. is no longer giving them the incentives. Later on, Jimmy Lai tweeted back and said, "Thank you, Mr. Donald Trump. Hong Kong can be the international financial center of it once was. It is very sad." Well, actually, national security law has not only affected Hong Kong, but also affected the U.S. education institution now. American University will use code names to protect Chinese students from national security law. According to assistant professor of the Chinese politics at Princeton University, Roy Truex, he said that the course will be presented with a warning that some materials will be sensitive to the Chinese government, and students will hand in assignments with code names in order to protect their identities. On the other hand, there's a photo showing Chinese ambassador of Kiribati walking across 30 men lying on their stomachs in the field next to a small aircraft. And Chinese ambassador Tang Songgen is pictured walking on their backs as 2 women on either side of him held his hands and to kind of steady him. Where government officials who work with Kiribati's former president said that the Taiwanese ambassadors have never done this before. We're talking about the protest that has happened in Thailand. Taiwan flag appeared on the Thailand protest. You see that in Bangkok, these kind of flags representing Hong Kong and independence for Taiwan appear on the sign bearing the tag at the biggest demonstration in years. Taiwan support democracy movements in both Thailand and Hong Kong. And also, we can see that the Taiwan Digital Diplomacy posts a video on August 19 to a democracy rally for Thailand and Hong Kong held at the Taipei main station. The rally was organized by the Taiwan Alliance for the Thai Democracy. People who joined the rally, including Taiwanese, Hong Kongers, and Thai. And also, I want to share with you, this is like the two cities, like the tale of two cities. This is a Thailand demonstration, and this is what happened here in Taiwan. And you might wonder, what are their demands? And these are 3 key demands of them. You can see that the 3 key demands: first, dissolve the parliament; second, draft a new democratic constitution, not the current one written by military; third, and the harassment of government critics. And you can see the sign. You can see that they put a finger like that. And this is how they demonstrate. And also, I want to share with you that talking about this country reminds us of the bubble tea league, right? The milk tea league. And this is Taiwan, this is Thai, and this is Hong Kong. At the end, Taiwanese-American basketball star Jeremy Lin has obtained a Taiwanese passport, as I mentioned in the beginning, and making him eligible to join the national team. Good job, Jeremy. Well, that will be the view for today. I'm Catherine Chang. I hope you have a nice night. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.